Imagine a place where the world goes quiet. A place where water, dark and still, mirrors the sky. Great stone walls rise from the depths. They climb higher than you can see. Their peaks are lost in a veil of mist. This is a fjord, a long, thin arm of the sea, reaching deep into the land. It feels like a forgotten hallway in nature's cathedral. The air is cool and clean here. It carries the scent of salt and damp earth. You hear only the soft lap of water against stone, and maybe the distant cry of a gull. It is a place that makes you feel both very small and profoundly at peace. Waterfalls, like long white ribbons, cascade down the sheer rock faces. A fine spray drifts on the breeze, kissing your face with cold, fresh water. This is a journey into a different time. The story of a fjord is a story of ice. It begins long, long ago. Think of a time when colossal sheets of ice glaciers thousands of feet thick covered the land. These were not static blocks of ice. They were slow, immensely powerful rivers of frozen water. Pushed by their own incredible weight, they slid down ancient valleys toward the sea. As they moved, they acted like giant chisels. They scraped and scoured the earth, grinding away at the rock beneath them. They carved the valleys deeper and wider, shaping dramatic U-shaped troughs that the ocean would later fill. The power was unimaginable. When the world warmed, the ice melted and withdrew. The ocean flooded the newly carved valleys, and so the fjord was born. The name comes from Old Norse, fjordur, a place to cross, a sheltered highway for travel, trade, and exploration. You can find fjords wherever ice once ruled, all born of the same slow dance between ice, rock, and sea. The fjord is not an empty cathedral. It is a vibrant ecosystem teeming with life, both above the water and below the water. Scan the shoreline and you will often see them. Harbor seals, slick and dark, hauled out on smooth stone. They watch with mild curiosity, then slip back into the cold, clear water. Look closer, and a porpoise may arc in a playful dash. They often travel in small pods, appearing then vanishing. High above, the white-tailed sea eagle rides rising air. With an 8-foot wingspan, a majestic hunter, it dives with breathtaking speed, talons extended. In spring and summer, the cliffs become bustling colonies. Puffins nest in burrows, bright and busy. Guillemots balance on narrow shelves. Kittiwakes crowd the cliffs, their calls echoing. Sometimes, much larger visitors arrive. Minke and even humpback whales slip into these sheltered waters. In the deep dark, ancient cold water corals form pale forests, harboring strange life for thousands of years. Tucked into sheltered coves clinging to rare patches of flat land are the fjord villages. Small jewels strung along the shore. Reds, yellows, and whites. Once chosen to cut through fog and rain. Life here is tied to land and sea. Small farms dot the hillsides. Hardy sheep on steep pastures. Walking a village feels like stepping back in time. A small general store. A cafe with homemade cakes. A tiny church by the water. High above, abandoned farms. Høydegårder, cling to ledges. Families once pulled up ladders at night. They farmed little plots and fished the fjord. These waters were Viking highways, longships hewn from sloped timber. Stories of the Huldra and the Nuken explain the mystery of place. Ask and the old stories still speak. The true magic of the fjords reveals itself to those who explore beyond the obvious. Most see fjords from a boat, a wonderful perspective, but to know its soul, you must go high. Hidden trails climb steep, green slopes leading into the clouds. The path can be narrow and demanding. With every step, the ribbon of blue unfurls. On the pulpit of stone or the troll's tongue, words fail. Secrets also hide in the depths. Sognefjord reaches over 4,200 feet deep, deeper than many skyscrapers are tall. At the bottom, cold, dark, almost without oxygen. Things rest for centuries, scarcely decaying. Sunken ships, flooded forests, old settlements, preserved in silence. Beyond famous hikes, locals know secret paths. A tiny beach all to yourself. A cave behind a thundering fall. A window of water. Ask with respect, and you may be shown a trail that isn't on any map, where the fjord speaks just to you. A fjord is never the same place twice. Its character shifts with light and season. In summer, days run long, cliffs bathed in gold, waterfalls surge with snowmelt. It's time for long hikes and calm water paddles. Evening refuses to turn dark. Then greens give way to copper and flame. Soft light, long shadows, pure theater. Snow touches the high places. Winter remakes the fjord in stark, quiet beauty. Falls freeze into sculpted glass. On some nights, the sky dances. Silence, broken only by your steps. For photographers, the light is a living thing. After sunset, a soft blue spell. Don't rush. Stay and watch the scene reinvent itself. Each moment offers a different masterpiece, if you're patient enough to notice. We have journeyed through these water-filled valleys, born of ice, alive with wonder. We have met the eagles and the seals. We have walked villages that hold centuries of stories. We climb to the clouds and imagine the secrets below. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Feel the cool air, smell salt and wet stone. Look up, cliffs so high they cradle the sky. Hear the steady whisper of a fall. The water mirrors mountains and cloud. A lone boat makes the only ripple. A quiet awe washes over you. These are places for slowing down, looking, listening. Walk gently, leave no trace, carry its peace with you. Float their silent waters, walk their high paths, hear their stories. You may not find every answer, but your questions grow quieter. The fjords are waiting.